Tape marker, action. What's going on, Alamo City Movie Talk fans? As always, I'm your host, Ryan D. Ryan680.
This is Lex back at it again with another review, a spoiler review at that.
Spoilers, ladies and gentlemen. We are talking spoilers with Black Adam, Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Do you smell what The Rock is cooking, ladies and gentlemen? Do you smell that? Because I smell it, and it's one of my cats, I think. I'm just kidding. Let's get right to it, man. Dude, Black Adam is finally here. 14 years in the making. Spoilers. You're officially gonna get rotten because everything's gonna come out, guys. We're gonna mention everything we're gonna mention the end credit scene at the very end, but there's a lot to talk about in this movie on the DC expansion universe. Let's get right to it, Lex. I mean, dude, this movie opened up solid. It was good. You know what? Mention your rating before we get into the spoilers thing. My rating was a solid 7, guys, out of 10.
Mine was a 7.5.
7 points. So we're around the same. We're around the same.
Yeah. We've been more aligned recently. I do want to admit, like, it is a conservative rating for me. I think,
dude, you always rate movies high though. Yeah.
It's because, like, again, part of me like enjoyed this as much as like an 8, but like I'm trying to be cool about it because, like, I know there's flaws in any movie, right?
Yeah.
But the ones that this movie suffers from does not overpower the entertainment that we got, the scope of it, the action sequences were great. So I think I just want to keep it balanced in regards to that, right? Mm-hmm. Like if you know, I don't even want to bring any other movies, but like for Thor: Love and Thunder, like the good did not overpower the bad. And once again, I don't mean to like name drop,
dude. As much as people love Thor: Love and Thunder, they did. And hey, that's awesome. Movies are subjective, but I effing did not like that movie. I thought that wasn't a Thor movie. That was a Guardians of the Galaxy. It was too much childish, rinky-dink humor. I hated the movie. I'll be honest. I did not like it.
But like,
Guardians of the Galaxy shouldn't even been in it. They were in it for like what, 5 minutes? Oh my god. But anyways, that's another take. Yeah.
But I guess what I was trying to say is, like, you know, just the bad did not overpower the good, because there's a lot of good in here. A lot of it from the protagonist side, right? Like Black Adam himself, The Rock. He and we knew this, right? Like, he puts 110% into what he does. Now, does that mean 100%. That we came out with a masterpiece? No. But what does The Rock do? He entertains, and he is great at doing that. He listens to the fans. He takes in what works and what doesn't. Still doesn't mean, once again, I didn't like all the choices here, but I was absolutely entertained from beginning to end, really. The pacing for me, as mentioned in our regular review, was the thing that took me out of it the most, but never enough to where you feel like, I'm out of the movie. Like, it lost my attention. It lost my interest. It never got to that point. I don't even think, like, once again, what you saw on screen was still entertaining through and through, and with a lot of charisma behind a lot of these characters applied in different formats.
Yeah, no, definitely here. I mean, I enjoyed that. I really, and that's the thing too. It's like, you talk about it, so many different characters here. Atom Smasher, Hawkman. I'll say it again, and I really didn't expect much from Hawkman. More than I enjoyed him a lot. I really did. I enjoyed his dialogue. I enjoyed his humor with Atom Smasher. I enjoyed so much. Really. Yeah, like in
the movie when he's like, you and me right after this.
Yeah,
like,
you and me, dude. His facial expression of that was just good. I loved it because he was just like, hey, you and me. He gives because he has the big eye look. He's like, you and me.
Frustration. Yeah, it was. He was one of my favorites. I think they really did a really great job at making these characters their own. A couple of like the decision making. I won't go too much into depth, but I know it's a spoiler review, but I want to talk about other things. But there was origin changes from. All the characters had some sort of origin change, right? I think maybe Dr. Fate was the one that was kept truest to it, even though we didn't know the entirety of the backstory.
Well, he mentioned he was 100 years.
If he did say that,
yeah, he said that he was all like, I've been doing this for 100 years. So it kind of makes sense. Maybe it was earlier than the 60s, obviously, because I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
It might have. I mean, he did talk about. No, I mean, he talked about the war, like people going to. I'm assuming he was talking about Vietnam, which would place him right around the age that he's in, if he was like teenager back then. But yeah, that's actually interesting. I didn't catch that. But what I was gonna say is with Hawkman, for example. Well, first of all, like Black Adam has two different origins. One of them was from Egypt instead of like a um, North African country, or it might have been a city, but Kandat or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So that is true to the comics. It is a fictional place instead. I think maybe the reason is like there is always like trickiness when making like an origin story in Egypt. If I'm not mistaken, like there's always like just once again like I don't know. I don't want to go into it, but I think that's why in the comic books it was changed as well because there was trickiness around it.
Mm-hmm.
But what I was gonna say, because Hawkman was in the Egypt storyline, Hawkman knew Black Adam. They knew each other and they worked together because Hawkman, and I didn't like that they didn't mention this, but Hawkman reincarnates. The Hawkman is different people throughout time, and
Really?
yeah, and that's the same thing with Hawkgirl. So they're
I was
lovers.
gonna say, yeah,
They're lovers through the very beginning, and every time each other dies, like they'll reincarnate the next time, and they're supposed to like meet each other again. There wasn't any Hawkgirl.
There was no mention, yeah,
but there was no mention of him reincarnating because there was a moment, as you guys may know, like there was this question about his like potential death that Dr. Fate had seen and things like that.
Yeah.
And I know that he said like I do not fear death, but I thought that they were gonna throw it in there as like I've died before or something like that.
Yeah.
So
Of like he's immortal in a sense.
He does reincarnate.
He's like Dr. Fate. He's like Dr. Fate. He just keeps going to the next human body, I guess, essentially.
Yes, and I forget how tricky it is because I think like they do reset their memory every time, but then they start remembering who they were, both him and Hawkgirl. So once again, I found it a little interesting that they kind of didn't go into that. Mm-hmm. They also didn't discredit, like they didn't say that was not the case. So there's still room for that to be somewhere in there in the lore. I really thought like there was multiple opportunities where I thought they could have said, or even the animosity between him and Black Adam, they could have said like, you know, I think I know you from another life or something like that.
They could have reconciled or at least have like that flashpoint like they were kind of doing, like that flashback point where it's a real quick clip of them.
I would like to see that. But even if we didn't have that, the dynamic specifically of Black Adam and Hawkman was really cool. You know, they were always ready to throw hands. Like they were just like, "You want to do this? Let's go."
And essentially, so like, I mean, Hawkman, is he a meta human? I guess in a weird, because they call it. I mean, they're not mutants,
I think
but like
him and Hawkgirl got their powers through a meteor.
Do you mean okay? So like, obviously, it does capitalize on that. He's a super power person.
He's stronger than most. He was able to withstand some of the lightning from Black Adam where other people were burning up. So definitely on the metahuman side of things, he wasn't just like that he can fly or things like he needs the suit to fly, but like he once again has the metahuman component.
I was waiting to see if The Rock was actually going to take off one of his wings, and then he would have been like, "Damn it!" He would have got more frustrated.
Or when Sabath, the villain of the movie, when he was going to do it, I thought he was going to make a joke of like, "No, like I'm the only one that can do that," or something like that. Honestly, it would have been cheesy, but I thought they had set it up because he was trying to.
Yeah, let's talk about that real quick. I know you mentioned it off camera and everything, and I'm going to agree with you. 100% agree with you. This whole bringing villains in, like what, 2 quarters into them. I mean, it was pretty like towards the end of the film. I would say the third act of the film. Really, we got to see a villain. I was like, what the hell? What, like it just
yes, he was there in the beginning. Like this guy, he was. I mean, he's a human, right?
Yeah, I thought it was gonna end the way when we saw The Rock go into the Task X. Where he got into the prison, I guess, or like, and I thought, Yeah, I thought he was gonna like, okay, that's it. I guess like he did his villain portrayal or portray here. He hasn't really proved to us like he's a hero or a protector in that realm. I
No, they
guess.
couldn't have ended it there. But either way,
Yeah.
like I just like, why did we not learn from something like Wonder Woman? The first Wonder Woman was
Yeah.
great. I don't think this is better than the first Wonder Woman movie, but the weakness of the Wonder Woman movie had, as good as it
See,
was
okay, I had my
yeah, go ahead.
problems though at the very end of Wonder Woman, but yeah, I did enjoy it. I enjoyed it how the villain was always there, right? He was always there. He was lurking, the god, influencing the villains in the
Yeah.
first Wonder Woman. I love that. That's good. They should have done that in this movie, but at the same time though, the CGI was just terrible in the when the climax of the movie. Yeah,
I mean,
Wonder
both
Woman.
like here, the VFX work was really good here.
I thought it was
Almost
better.
across, it was better. I think the
Yeah.
CGI was worse on the last third act, but still, like it still bothers me once again because it was a similar thing to the Wonder Woman, which once again, as great as Wonder Woman was, everyone kind of agreed. Yeah, like I don't like that third act, or the third actor is a little messy.
Yeah.
They did the same thing here. And in a movie that, once again, I don't think is as well constructed as Wonder Woman. So, like,
Yeah,
why do that?
definitely.
Like, why repeat the same mistake in a movie that is not as complete as that one? Like, you
Yeah.
already know that people complain in a movie that's fully complete and well constructed and focuses on one
Mhm.
character, really. Why throw that same thing here in the mix? I understand it. Like in most of the trailers, I mean, there was teases of Sabbath, but in most of the trailers, it was like Black Adam versus the
Now,
JSA. And I
but
know, like, yeah, go
yeah,
ahead.
but even in the story though, in the movie, we didn't even get an essence of like, wait, they just kept mentioning the crown, the crown, the crown, the king's
Yeah,
crown, but they never essentially
they only
even
really
mentioned.
explained, like, it was kind of like an antithesis of like even the Seven Devils and things like that.
Yeah, but
They
see,
picked the champion as well, but like,
yeah, I wanted to see those devils try to influence somebody. Like at least the guy he said it was the ancient king or whatever. He was the king of that
yeah,
country and everything. And he was a great descendant. It would have been made it would have made more sense to where if he heard his voice, if he heard the devils calling to him throughout the
yeah.
movie. We saw him, and then like the devils protect. Maybe even the devils protect him in that very first scene where the rock fell. The rock, not actual rock, the the actual, not the actual Dwayne the Rock Johnson, but the actual rocks that fell when kind of like they thought he died. I kind of felt like they should have like maybe the devil should have been like, oh, we're gonna somewhat protect him or like stop it so that way we can use him as a tool and like try to almost to where like almost the same energy as Shazam kind of did where they influenced him a lot. The Seven Sins influenced.
Yeah, that was a
Yeah,
better villain. Dr. Savannah was really good.
yeah,
And actually, I think in the comic books, Dr. Savannah actually brings back Black Adam, because Black Adam dies at one point,
yeah.
and
I
he's
did read
brought
about
back
that.
by Dr. Savannah. Like, yeah, overall, like that's been a problem in multiple movies.
Not just
They're like,
DCU, but yeah,
no, it transcends to Marvel as well. There is a villain problem, and also like it's always CGI, and it's always like a like bigger person,
yeah.
right? Like I just wish like we could understand that like
You
people the
know,
same size as the hero can be just as menacing, and then you
yeah.
don't need as much CGI. You just make a compelling story. That was definitely one of the weak
I
points
mean,
here all around.
look at the whole iconic duo villain hero dynamic. With the Batman, the Joker. The Joker's always smaller, and the Batman's but he still can't get a hold of him. Like that's the thing is that like it's that whole. It's crazy how DC could get the Joker so well villainy but again, it's rated R though. I think that's the issue is that when it comes down to the writers, they can only write and go
I
so
think
far without being rated R. But
good villain.
which one?
General Sod. I think he
Oh
was a
yeah,
good villain.
yeah. No. He was good. Michael Shannon, though, you got to remember, Michael Shannon's a phenomenal actor. So I
Yeah.
think it's the writing. I mean, David Goyer actually wrote some of that film as well, and I kind of was like, it was good. I love the difference that we saw in here in Krypton. I'm not gonna go too in depth on it. I love that, but I kind of felt like it was embracing of the actor himself that came out, and actually we saw his vengeance, we saw his facial expression. We always talk about facial expressions because they really make us believe in these characters. They make us believe in these villains. They make us believe that they are thinking that they're doing good, but in reality they're not. They're killing people. They're destroying people's lives. It's definitely the with this one, it's just definitely weird. When I talk about weird, I talk about like there was a certain zombie scene where we got out of here where it was the skeletons. They looked kind of cool in the beginning, but then whenever they were fighting them, it kind of looked a little off. I was like,
yeah, and there was a theme about like the people uprising and taking freedom into their hands with the leadership of a character, right? That theme was also a little messy, but I like the story behind it. Like, I really like the conversation around the fact that like some places on Earth, like third world countries or whatever, like they get neglected even by entities such as the Justice League, the Justice Society of America.
Yeah,
there was a conversation and the multiple comments behind like people like people like the Justice League, people like the Justice Society of America, they don't show up to these places. Like, we don't have anyone to back us up. And that is very true because, we do see in the real world, like a lot of these campaigns and rally behind Nation A or Nation B, but we still neglect multiple areas, right? And so I really like the reality behind that. It's a good theme behind good intention. And I still think like it carried the point across, but it wasn't the smoothest landing, right? Like, I think that's the problem. And once again, it goes back to multiple stories going behind, like multiple stories taking place and multiple characters that you're trying to wiggle, right? And that's why, once again, I think like characters like Cyclone, for example, then get neglected at the end of the day because we got enough of her personality, but honestly, out of all of them, I think she's the one that got like the least.
Yeah, I agree.
Right?
I agree. And she deserves more attention. She really does. I think I should have got more. Yeah, we should have got more screen time with her, more dialogue with her. And R.I.P. Dr. Fate, man. Oh my God. Dr. Fate went out the most Dr. Fate way ever just like he does in the comics, the animation shows, the animation movies. He is, oh my God. I was tearing up and we knew when he was going out, I was like, holy dude, I can't believe this is going to happen. I'm so sad. I was brokenhearted. I was like, wow, I can't believe this is happening. It definitely put more down. Now I understand why they casted an older guy. Cause I was all like, okay, that's cool. It's 007. All right. But at the same time, I was like, why are they casting? They should usually, and I know we talked about it too. They should have cast a middle. It's not even the actor. It's just casting a middle-aged person.
I mean, like I told you once again, like that's how it is in the comic books. He's an older dude.
Yeah. And then we've seen but I mean, in different, I mean, essentially like in TV shows, right?
A middle-aged person would have been as wise though as he was, because once again, he kind of in that.
But again though, I now after watching this movie, I understand, and it worked out good. I enjoyed it, and now I understand. So that answers my complaint, I guess, in a weird way. That my complaint actually turned into a solution after watching this movie. It solved my problem.
And he's not the most physical character, right? Like a lot of it was behind illusions and setting up certain things, and then
that was good.
I really loved every time, like visually, like when he does his symbol, which is I believe an Egyptian symbol. Like when he does that and then he throws it, that's straight. Like if you've played Injustice, like that's one of his moves. It was great. Like once again, the movie was entertaining. The action sequences were entertaining, and a lot of it really like felt video game-ish. And I'm saying that in a positive because even the way that like The Rock would hover and like have movements, even like not the super speed like like he flashes in, but like just even him like floating and just moving it felt very like video gamey in a really good way. And I like that because once again, that's part of the entertainment element, and it's just cool. It's like these big heroes or anti-heroes or whatever, like no one can touch them type of thing.
No, definitely I had to agree with you there as well. I enjoyed it. And essentially we got a little connection here, ladies and gentlemen. We have officially been confirmed that Peacemaker is officially part of the DC cinematic universe when it comes down to Black Adam. The same universe.
Though, because Peacemaker came out in Suicide Squad.
But essentially though, we never officially like there wasn't a character. We got Amanda Waller in here as well. Yeah, like it didn't really have that. Yeah, it didn't have the official connection.
Hold on, let me check. That's James Gunn's wife, by the way.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah,
man.
That's his wife.
Oh, snap! That is awesome.
So Peacemaker, Jennifer Holland, who plays Emilia Harcourt. She shows up. That's really cool. I guess it's refreshing to see like a DC movie kind of embrace the fact that there's other stuff that has come out, whether it's a show or it was refreshing because they typically shy away from doing that.
Yeah, exactly. I got way more excited knowing this movie wasn't just, and that's the thing too. It's not just a Black Adam movie. It's a DC expansion starter film. I would say to really, I was excited for that point.
They did something similar to Shazam too, with like the kid's room, right? It's full of like it looked like my room, honestly. No, just kidding.
Damn.
My office with all the
and then I loved how The Rock would every time like The Rock would use his powers, it would be boom at Superman, boom at Batman, and then like random Batman.
Yeah, it's like foreshadowing, right? Like if he goes up against the Justice League,
dude.
It was a little
Black Adam versus The Rock, dude. I mean, come on. Black Adam versus the Batman. Oh hell, there's no question. The Batman, dude. The Batman in a heartbeat, dude. The Batman where boobs that, huh?
He'll find the weakness.
Oh hell yeah! All day, every day. All day, every day. We're talking about Robert Pattinson's Batman, by the way. But yeah, definitely. You know, I love the connection,
Waller, right? Too like.
Yeah, Amanda Waller, dude.
On movies here and there.
She is perfect. She is, she is perfect. She's not only an Oscar winner, but she is phenomenal. You know, we talk about Viola Davis. She is number one, one of the best actresses in the country, in the world right now. She's won Academy Awards after Academy Awards. I loved her in The Help. I loved her in Fences with Denzel. Like, she captivates me. She really does. Her acting skills are off the charts. And when we first saw her in Suicide Squad, not the Suicide Squad, in Suicide Squad, whether you want to talk crap about it or not, guys, I enjoyed the Joker. I enjoyed Harley Quinn in there because that's the first time we got Harley Quinn. I enjoyed the Joker and Harley Quinn dynamic in that movie so much. I enjoyed Amanda Waller in there because it was just I loved it. I really did. It was just
like you cannot. It does not feel unreal that she can talk to these bigger than life heroes and be like, "Hey, do your job." Like, right? Like, I know that she doesn't fully have control over all of them, but just the fact that she can call the shots and kind of tell people go to point A, go to point B, and rely on her like that maximum facility, which I wish they would have teased a little more of what they have in there.
So like we were both like, oh man, there's this big dude. What if it's Swamp? What if it's Swamp?
Big ones. I was like, that was like the size of I'm thinking like Mongol from classic Superman villain, especially in the animated series and some of the comic books. I was just hoping they would tease like one person.
Somebody
got it. Like
Dark Side. I'm just kidding.
I want to do that in case like those villains are needed for like another story.
Even acknowledge like Steppenwolf's helmet or something of like to know like. But they want to stay far away from this, and to talk about this, right? Let's go ahead and talk about the whole end credit scene here and everything. Oh my God, what a beautiful day it is. Excited rush. The Man of Steel is back. Henry Cavill is officially back. We knew this. I saw the clip on Twitter. I was already spoiled, but I really was. I was
asked by it. I did not. I wanted to see it with my own eyes for the first time.
Bro.
It was great.
It was epic.
Great. Like Marvel's been a little like letting us down a little bit with their after credit scenes. There's been a few good ones, but I think this is up there. This is up there. DC, but then like even it combats some of the best Marvel ones. I wish. I know there was no way for this to stay quiet. I wish we would have it would have been truly a surprise. And for some people it was like my fiance did not know what was coming.
Yeah. But with the world we're living in right now with so many people having phones, It's definitely tough. It really is. It really is. And I'll be honest here. Don't be one of those guys that spoil it for everybody. Don't. But yeah, Henry Cavill's officially back.
Ruin it. Like knowing that it was coming, it doesn't ruin it, because once you see it and you think back of all the years that we've been waiting for that.
Yeah.
And even the way they did it, like I gotta say, like the colors of the suit were toned a little bit. So
let's talk about that. Yeah. So does it count the Snyder cut? I'm gonna say no, because he's not wearing the black suit or the dark, or he's not wearing the.
I don't think he's gonna keep that anyways, like post Snyder cut. But I think I honestly would have been pissed off if he showed up with the black suit, because he keeps that for a little bit in the comic books. But
that's what I'm saying. He wears it. Yeah.
There's nothing like seeing the
true color. Yeah.
There's nothing like it. I'm still not sure. I don't think they want to go into the Snyder Cut rabbit hole.
No.
It's a rabbit hole. It's a rabbit hole. And believe it or not, like as much as I really like, and you guys saw a review, like we raved about the Snyder Cut. It felt like a complete story, and I'm glad that we saw Zack Snyder's vision through. It's still not regarded. It's regarded as an omen in the cinema world, right? So
on its own,
DC's looking at turning things around. I think it's a safe place to stay away from that.
Yeah,
but even like minor things in here got me thinking, like, is it just like another thing altogether? Because we got the let me see if I can do it real quick. We got the sword. They had not done that before, and the colors are a little bit brighter on the suit.
Yeah,
I still don't know if it's like a soft reboot thing. I don't know. And
so. Yeah, I really, to be honest, knowing that they're making Man of Steel 2, I kind of feel like they're gonna use. Obviously, using some certain actors, not Ezra Miller. Obviously, I think they're gonna stay away from Ezra Miller for the longest time.
I think it's gotta be a movie. Like honestly,
and there is rumors. There is rumors already acknowledging that Man of Steel 2 is officially in the works.
It's gotta be. They were not gonna bring Henry Cavill back, and Henry Cavill was not gonna accept for him to just come back as a cameo, because he didn't do it for Shazam. He was asked to do it, and he did not want to do it. He said, "I don't want to be like a cameo guy."
Yeah, I think The Rock. We have to thank The Rock for this. We really do. We have to thank The Rock for this. Seeing him, thank you, Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Everyone has to thank him, because essentially this is the best thing for DCU right now. This really is the best thing, because as much as people do not, again, I say it all the time, one of the best comic book movies for me, one of the best. Not saying this is the best, but it's get close, pretty damn close to it. One of the best, not the Dark Knight. Obviously, we're not comparing it to the Dark Knight whatsoever, because the Dark Knight's phenomenal. Man of Steel is essentially one of the best. Like every time Kevin Costner's telling Clark not to go to me when a tornado's coming, I tear the F up. I really do. I cry.
Beautiful.
The music, the music is just influential, because I sometimes, after watching Man of Steel, I was all like, okay, and then I kid you not, sometimes at work I'll be like humming it a little bit, like parts of it, and then it gets, essentially you're like, crap, I'll find it on iTunes.
Since we're talking about the music, how do you feel that Superman came back and they played the old school John Williams score instead?
That was beautiful. No, that was beautiful.
You like that over
I mean, see, that's the thing though. I don't like it over the other. I'll be honest here. I don't. They're both beautiful. They really are. They're equal. To me, they're equal. I love them both. I really do. I mean, the Christopher Reeve, I enjoyed them.
It's epic. John Williams' score is never going to go old. Yeah. That is the Superman thing. I got to admit, like,
it's not better. Like, it's
Hans
equal.
Zimmer, I think I would rate that, because Hans Zimmer is also very epic. When I think of Superman nowadays, once again, I can always go back to the John Williams score.
Yeah,
but I was okay with hearing in my head the Hans Zimmer score. That's how good it was, right? Like that you're okay in your head to placing that as the tune, the recognizable, even like the emotional moments with Superman, right? Like there was always the piano, the dun, dun,
oh my god,
right? Like,
I love
even
that.
Is epic. And then the bigger the dun, dun, like it's all Superman to me. So honestly, because I saw on Twitter that people were complaining about it, I gotta admit, a lot of people were screaming. I could not hear it all the way through. But what I got to catch,
including me,
it still felt epic. It still feels Superman. I'm interested for sure. Like
I wanted more.
Steel 2, no, like if they do a Man of Steel 2, keep going with the Hans Zimmer because like it's just more
I don't
cohesive.
know. I
I
mean,
don't know. I have to see.
yeah.
You gotta admit, like some of those, even just the storytelling of the Superman movie from the Christopher Reeve era, not all of those things translate well. Like the suit with the underwear doesn't translate well, right? Like
Yeah.
we have to continue to pushing for a modernization of some of these characters. And once again, I welcome it. I actually liked it to an extent in the Justice League movie, the one with Josh Whedon,
Yeah.
because they did bring that score back. So I'm just interested. I do wish that if we do a Man of Steel 2 movie, keep with the Hans Zimmer score. It's epic. It's Superman. It's epic and it's Superman.
Yeah, no, definitely here. I am ready. I am ready for this, the future of DC.
Waiting, man. I've been waiting. They said it never happened, but it happened. And
They did. They said, you know what? Also, they said we were never going to get the Snyder cut, and look at what happened. Look at what happened.
Just kidding. Like, I mean, that's more than evidence that like, don't give up on your dreams.
Don't. Yeah.
Cavill back, and I can't wait.
And David. Over there at Warner Brothers, you know, the CEO right now of Discovery, you know, David Zaslav, he is phenomenal. He is doing a great job at the DC helm. He has not appointed a leader yet of the DC. Essentially, he has officially made DC its own studio now. Before, it was always together with Warner Brothers. Now it's essentially its own studio, its own company in a weird way. It's its own company, which is funny because, you know, you would think they'll do it like Marvel, but essentially it's just like Marvel, what Disney is. Lucasfilm, it's its own company. Yeah. It's its own property. And their bosses, their CEOs report to Disney on their projects and everything. So yeah, definitely. I'm excited to see where the future is for DCU. I can't wait. This is epic, amazing. Henry Cavill.
Would you prefer a Man of Steel 2 or like Man of Steel versus Black Adam?
So obviously we're gonna get Black Adam versus Superman. The Rock already said it so many damn times.
Yeah, I think they're gonna listen. I want a proper sequel though.
So I'm gonna be right now. As of right now, my feeling right now is that I don't think we should get Black Adam versus Superman yet. I think they should make that Black Adam 2. I think we should get Man of Steel official 2. Man of Steel 2.
I think we should get that first. Maybe
just to get people into the realm of Superman again, because let's be honest here, Superman's a moneymaker. It's a moneymaker. It makes money.
Batman is, but Superman can make money if they do him right, and they have to do him right. They have to get him right. They cannot.
But their bread and butter.
Well, it's got to be Batman and Superman. Like those are they're iconic.
Exactly, and now Wonder Woman. So, like, I mean, yeah.
What I think and what I would like to see is Superman sequel. Let's prioritize that first. Let's just do that, and then Shazam: Fury of the Gods is coming out next year.
Mm-hmm.
So plan the Superman movie. Try to make it as quick as possible. Take your time in getting the story right, but produce it so where it comes out, and then maybe a year after, or maybe a couple months after, you would then have Shazam, Black Adam, and Superman, because there is an animated movie on just that premise. I think it would kind of feel a little crappy if Black Adam versus Superman happened, nothing to do with Shazam. That would be kind of crappy because ultimately,
it has to be. It has to be connected.
Black Adam transcends Shazam in the sense of he actually is a villain towards the Justice League.
Towards Shazam,
that level.
Yeah,
but Shazam is just ignored, and he has nothing to do with Black Adam and never crosses fate with them.
Mm-hmm.
It would be a little crappy. So I think maybe
they're going to
3 and see what happens.
Hey, I'm saying Black Adam 2 should be Black Adam versus Superman. We should get Man of Steel 2 first.
I like that too.
Shazam, or even and in Black Adam 2, we should get Superman and Shazam in there.
Yeah.
And have it like versus. I just don't know how the title would be. I don't know. It's definitely they Warner Brothers does not want what BVS was, the outcome of BVS. They don't. And granted, whether you believe it or not, BVS was freaking amazing. I mean, everyone likes to talk about to me and be like, BVS sucks, Ryan. I enjoyed it. It was phenomenal. I love the action sequences with the Batman in that.
Comments,
bro. I'm gonna get a lot of hate, but yeah,
I defend it on a lot of grounds. But it was messier than I made it seem at first. I was a little in denial, but it's messier in some areas. It was honestly, when you look at it from a scope standpoint, though, it still felt like grandiose. Like it was like the scale.
It did a lot.
Yeah,
it did a lot. It did a lot for one movie. What Marvel did in 4 movies, I mean, it did a lot. It really tried. It tried to do
not
so much,
right? But and part of that is like studio pressure of old regime of Warner Brothers. But these stories are hard to wiggle. Like even when it comes to, like I said, this one trying to introduce the JSA, it's hard to wiggle all of that. I do hope, since our boy Dr. Fate is gone, at least here, since they are working on a Constantine movie with Keanu Reeves, that could potentially be where Dr. Fate comes out. I believe I've never watched the show, the CW show Constantine, but if I'm not mistaken, Dr. Fate's helmet shows up.
Yes,
and they cross paths in
Justice League Dark, though.
Yeah. In the animated movies they cross paths, and in the comic books they cross paths. I don't know where. I don't know if Constantine's gonna be a DCU with I think it should. It should. Just might as well. But
hell yeah,
it could be spotted in there,
dude. Keanu is a superhero in the DC, dude. Oh my god, that's gonna be good. I love it. I really do. I mean, it could essentially, they could connect. How they could do it, I don't know. They'll figure it out. We don't get paid the big bucks like they do over there in Warner Brothers DC.
You could call me up anytime. Just kidding. No, it's a hard job. It's stressful.
All right. Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. All right, guys. Thank you so much for making us a part of your day. Thank you for talking movies with us. Put on comments down below. Did you enjoy Black Adam? Did you enjoy spoilers review? I know we talked about a lot, but it was a lot to dissect here. It really was. Yeah, it was. And I also loved how they. Yeah. Oh, definitely. And I loved also how they really left Dr. Fate like a question up in the air. Like it's obviously going to go to someone else now.
The helmet, the helmet usually picks the successor, and Dr. Fate, the person becomes possessed essentially by the Dr. Fate persona.
You never know. You might even see it pop up in Peacemaker now. You never know. I mean, it might just John Cena like, what the F is this? Is this, do I put this on? What do I do with it? But yeah, essentially, guys, thank you so much for making us a part of your day. As always, I'm your host, Ryan D. Call Ryan 680.
This was Lex. Hope you guys enjoy the movie, and our boy is back. That's all I'm saying.
He's back. Catch you later, guys.
Wake up, wake up.